Hello and welcome back to the Napoleonic Wars pod slash channel if you're watching this online or via Patreon. And welcome to a new format that has been spearheaded by a new member of the team who I will announce in just a moment. They are describing themselves variously as scholar in residence, occasional co-host, assistant producer was the name that I suggested, and apparently that wasn't good enough, which is why we also have this whole scholar in residence thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, he, she's, theys, and thems, please welcome. I'm trying to build up the hype if you hadn't noticed. Although, to be honest, I don't know why I'm trying to build up the hype because, frankly, I announced this on Patreon and everybody was lovely. Then I announced this on Twitter and nobody cared, which was deeply rude. Then we had a pre-production meeting in which I tested tech with said scholar in residence. And then said scholar in residence was deeply peevish and rude to me. Frankly, I should have sacked them on the spot. Then I tweeted about this, and again, nobody cared. Rude. Then in the midst of all of that, I got a review that said, "Love the show, but can you please shut up about the Napoleon movie because we're bored now," which admittedly is fair, but you've got to understand the trauma that was induced by the Napoleon movies, so I'm vindicated. Then I went to see the Oppenheimer movie. This is going somewhere. Stay with me, folks. Then I went to see the Oppenheimer movie and tweeted that, frankly, the Oppenheimer movie did a better job of retelling the story of the life of Napoleon Bonaparte than Ridley Scott's production. Not sorry. And that did better than any of the tweets about my new scholar in residence / assistant producer / occasional co-host. I'm not sure what that tells you about social media, but probably not a good thing. I've waffled for long enough. We're using new tech to record all of this, and I can actually see my co-host behind the scenes, continuing to send me actually rude messages through the medium of the recording equipment. So, folks, if you hadn't worked it out already from the various tweets, please welcome our scholar in residence, Dr. Luke Reynolds. I'm afraid I don't have like any clappy, cheery sound effect music. I'll probably have to add that in an edit.
Yippee!
Later.
Mate, you've known me for long enough to know that I keep an applause track in my head at all times for myself.
I mean, if somebody's going to call themselves scholar in residence, then I think that's probably a given, right? I am never letting you live that one down for as long as we do these.
No, that is completely valid. That is completely fair. In fairness, when I suggested it, it was purely for my CV. Now, you've acknowledged the title. It's become gospel.
Oh yeah, we do. We attempt to maintain the semblance of a professional show.
That's fair.
On the
That is very fair.